failing doesn't make you any less of what you were. You're still great, you're still amazing, you're still smart and intelligent and hardworking, you're still all of those things. All of those things about you are true. The event does not define you. It's just an event. You're an athlete that showed up to run a 100-meter race and had a bad race. Doesn't mean you're a bad athlete. You had a bad race, right? The reason that's important is because even today, as I run my businesses, it's like the part of the internal dialogue I have to catch myself having is recognize when I'm having a bad month and when I'm having a bad quarter, that I'm not bad.
If a 25-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old or whatever age you are, you want to go into tech, right? The mindset that I feel that works that you must have is your focus should be, first of all, on Africa, that you want to build for Africa to the world. Don't import things from the world to Africa. That's the first thing you must know. For now, brand managers and stakeholders just put their campaigns on these boards, and it costs billions and billions of naira, but they don't have a means of measuring if it's working or not, right? So that's where we come in, and this is a very old problem.
So how did you get to think of this solution? How did you get to pull through with the solution where it goes from an idea in your head? How did you even conceptualize the idea? Maybe you said it's from the problems that advertisement company have been going through. So what is my concern now is how you actually made it from an idea to physical.
You don't have to be a guru in tech before you come into tech, but you have to have something. You have to have something that works in terms of knowledge. You have to have a domain knowledge at least in one area.
Let's say now, what has been your biggest challenge in building the GeoBox and the Geodex application since coming from the days of 2022? What has been your biggest challenge and obstacle?
They're going to be costing us between $40,000 to $100,000 per month to have 10,000 people on GeoBox, right? And people that I think I expect to have experience about this stack are telling me that without these third-party API solutions, we cannot have this thing done. And these are the people that have 10 years, 15 years experience. And
Mr. Max, welcome to the Creative Force podcast. Really love what you do so far with GeoBox, Geodex, hearing the name Singularity Core. I think you're also the CEO of the Singularity Core, right? Let's get to know you better.
Thank you very much, Elvis. Thank you for having me. My name is Maxine, and I'm the founder of Singularity Core Limited, which have two brands right now, Geodex and GeoBox, which are tech solutions that we are solving problem around out-of-home space.
What exact problem do your tech product solve? Because we'll be hearing Geodex, GeoBox. What do you do? How do we come?
So, Singularity Core is audience intelligence platform, right? So it's a data intelligence platform. And before now, there is no means to measure impact on the out-of-home space. There is no means to measure impressions. You can't measure. You don't know who is seeing your ads, if anybody is seeing your ads, right? So, and these are the things that are very doable on digital platforms, right? And that's where we are bringing the solution to the out-of-home space. Basically, we are providing audience measurements, campaign impacts to brands and competitions as well.
Can you speak a little bit more when you say out-of-home space? What do you mean by out-of-home space?
All right, so the out-of-home space in general is the ads that you encounter when you are outside your house, your billboards, whether digital or static. If you're on a bus, you're walking on the streets, you will see these things, these structures, all around you. Before now, brand managers and stakeholders just put their campaigns on these boards, and it costs billions and billions of naira, but they don't have a means of measuring if it's working or not, right? So that's where we come in, and this is a very old problem.
It's $1 billion solution, honestly. But advertisement company, the advertising is like $1 billion industry, and most of the time we can't really tell. We just walk by the advertisement company that renting the boards to them, just tell them, hey, this is a good location, this is a good site. Honestly, I do love the product. So let's dive in a bit more into it. After doing my research on your background, I didn't see where you studied computer science. I might be wrong. I saw you did a bit into data analysis and data-driven stuff. That is why most likely you're something with a data-driven company. So how did you get to think of this solution? How did you get to choose the solution? where it goes from an idea in your head. How did you even conceptualize the idea? Maybe you said it's from the problems the advertisement company have been doing or going through. So what is my concern now is how you actually made it from an idea to a physical product. What is the process? What is the drive through?
All right. Thank you very much. So, as you have said, I'm a data scientist by profession, and I think in 2022, I entered into the media space as a media intelligence analyst. So that's where I encountered the problem, right? So, and I was thinking about, so then I was thinking about how do I solve this problem? How do I solve this problem? Then I began to do my research, do research and a lot of research. And then I began to look for the right talent that can complement what I know, right? So through that process, I built up a team and we started working in it. So we have different capability on the team. We have different technologies, people with different skill sets able to put this off because it takes a lot. It's not something that it's not like you just want to build the website, right? It takes a lot. And at a point, you feel like giving up because it takes a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that now let's say now what have been your biggest challenges building the GeoBox and the GeoNet application things coming from the days of 2022? What have been the biggest challenges and obstacles?
All right. So when we first started, our aim was to use API, Google APIs, right? So location API and the rest. And we quickly discovered that if we are using that, we are going through that route, they're going to be costing us between $40,000 and $100,000 per month to have 10,000 people on GeoBox, right? And I don't think there's any reason that can survive like that. So it was it was a big deal, right? It was a big deal because the people that I think I expect to have experience about this stack are telling me that without these third party API solutions, we cannot have this thing done. And these are the people that have 10 years, 15 years experience. And so sleepless nights, right? A lot of research. You say what?
I said this was what the experts in the industry were telling me was not possible.
Not really the expert. The reality is that the experts in the industry have tried. We have Out of Home Professional of Nigeria. They've tried to solve that problem before 10, 15 years ago. They couldn't, right? So I'm talking about technology expert now, right? The tech that we need, right? Telling me that without these APIs, it could not be done. Later on, we were able to figure it out. We were able to develop our own in-house solutions, right? And it's costing us nearly $0, almost $0 per day to run right now, moving from $40,000 that's what that cost us. So it was really Herculean. Of course, there are several other challenges, but yeah.
Yeah, I said, what exact route did you use to scale it now? Since you didn't make use of Google APIs anymore.
The first thing I did was because it was a big deal. It was cost me sleepless nights, and that was the point that I would have stopped. I would have quit doing this if I had not committed my resources to it, right? And the beauty of starting something is that you don't really know all the information. If you know what the problem you're going to face, most people will not start. Right, that's the beauty of it. So because I've committed my resources to it, and so I couldn't sleep. I spent lots of nights, and then I came up with 3 solutions. I think the first solution was to use OpenStreetMap. That was the first one that I came up with. I came up with another third-party solutions. Then the one we are currently using right now, right, which is the best that we are using. We just leverage on what exists that people don't think exists before now. Just leverage on that, and we built on that stack, and that was it.
I think that's a smart way to try to navigate, not just sitting with the problem, complaining, and not getting to it. And that's really a smart approach towards it. So the next question: at what point in GeoDeck or GeoBox currently at? Is it at its funding phase? Is it at its building phase? Is it at its deployment phase? So people watching this would actually know what you're saying.
Well, the product will be hitting the market sometimes around April this year, right? Because we are almost done. Right now, we are bringing users to GeoBox because we need more users. We call them contributors. And GeoBox works in a way that as people have it on their mobile phones and they are going about their businesses. either they open the application or they don't open the application. The algorithms, right, the artificial intelligence and the models that we put in place is triangulating these billboards, is doing a lot of calculations and trying to extrapolate reach and things like that. And we're feeding this data into geodex in real time for brands to use for their campaign and the rest. So we are bringing users into the platform and we're having serious success with that right now. So our permutation is April we should hit the market and get it flying.
Now, so one last question now before we move into the general body question. What made everything you're doing possible? Was it that you got funded? Was it that how do a normal entrepreneur now in tech? Because a lot of people watching this now, they're in tech, they have a couple of ideas they want to launch. How do they get it from just what they have in their head to something that actually people to launch?
All right, so I think the reality is that when you start, not too many people believe in you, right? So far, we have been bootstrapping, right? Our savings from friends, from family, personal savings, and what I've been using so far to raise this solution, this thing, right? Because you just have to start. You just need to start. And when people begin to see the lights, they will trip in. But before then, you need to spend your own money, right? So we have been spending money, and the beauty is that I'm grateful for my team, right? Because they are of course, a lot of people have left. Those that at the point you see that some people will lose straight along the way, right? But for the ones that stay with us so far, and I'm grateful, right? Because they are very, very solid team, very, very experienced. We have some of the best hands, right, with us in the team. So our team has been very fantastic and phenomenal. And then so far, so in terms of investment, our investment has been bootstrapping and savings from friends and family so far. Yeah, but we are open to investments, right? We are open to investments. Yeah.
That's fine. So now, for my next question now, what advice do you want to give to someone considering tech? Okay, now can I go into tech? What do I do about tech? Is tech really hard to consider with the AI and everything going on? Is tech really working in 2023 and all that? So what's your advice? What's your thought process through that one?
All right, so there's a handshake, right, between human beings and artificial intelligence, right? And that is where you as a person must understand where you want to come in that loop. The reality is that if artificial intelligence does the work alone, you will not get the best from it. I'll give you an example. For instance, now the model that we built into Singularity, the rich model that we do, almost everything that we have done, they don't exist somewhere else before, right? But because some people have background in mathematics, some people have background in statistics, some people have background in data analytics and data science, other people have backgrounds in web development and mobile. So we bring out this knowledge, right? We develop something very, very important, right? So when we bring our knowledge into AI, there's a handshake that works. We'll come up with something entirely new, right? You don't have to be a guru in tech before you come into tech, but you have to have something. You have to have something that works in terms of knowledge. You have to have a domain knowledge, at least in one area. Even if it's math, even if it's no matter what even if it's marketing, there's always a place for you in tech, right? And that's what you just need to explore. And once you explore it, you get a team that can also complement your skill set. You're good to go.
Yeah, I think that does justice really. So basically, if you have a skill, then it must not be all the skills you need to know. AI is more of a handle to complement whatever skills you have. I think I kind of grasp what you're saying. So on to the last question before we go, Mr. Martin. This is the last question. I said, if I were to be a 25-year-old man, right, or 25-year-old guy, watching this podcast now, listening to this, and I want to build the next big tech company, what mindset should I develop first?
All right. So if I hear you well, if you're 25-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old or whatever age you are, you want to go into tech, right? The mindset that I feel that works that you must have is your focus should be, first of all, on Africa. That you want to build for Africa to the world. Don't import things from the world to Africa. That's the first thing you must know.
And you should start from the place of problem. Yeah, you should start from the place of problems, right? There are enough problems in Africa. There are enough problems in Nigeria that once you solve it, we can replicate that solution across Africa, across the world. So don't look far away. Look within you. Look around you. You see something that needs to be solved. You need something that needs attention. Start from there. That just it.
Okay, then that's a very unique point of view to understand things. Yeah, so before we call it a day, Mr. Martin, is there anything you want to say out there to maybe people watching this? You can maybe quick advice for people just to keep them up and encouraged.
All right. So the advice I will have for people watching me is that the best thing that we can build is yet to come, right? And there's so much thing that we can do in Africa. There's so much thing that we can do in Nigeria. Do not try and there was time that I was watching an American boy that just created a ChatGPT wrapper, and before you know it, investors were giving him $50 million and the rest. You might not have the money, you might not have those kind of investments, but start from where you are, start from what you have, and before you know it, opportunity will come.
Okay, so if I understood that clearly, starting with what you have, starting from where you are, building, getting a unique skill, solving a problem that's already unique to your surrounding, most likely Africa, then you go global. I think that's a very good thought process. It's my pleasure having you on the podcast today, Mr. Martin. We'd love to have you
Thank
some
you.
other time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elvis. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.